World of mathematics.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hello? Oh, man. Lucky I found this old haunted castle. Whoa. Oh. Wow. Hey, look at this. It's one of those magic lamps. You know, the kind people rub on Saturday morning cartoons? Then something dumb happens, like a commercial. How about that? It is a magic lamp.
Thank you for letting me out of the lamp. My foot was falling asleep.
Are you a genie?
Yes, I am a genie, and my name is Fleet, for I am swift of mind.
How do you do, Fleet, the genie? I'm Howard, for I'm an accountant. Are you going to grant me 3 wishes?
No, I only grant 1 wish, that I validate parking. What might your wish be?
Fleet, I would like to know the amazing story of 9.
1 wish, and that's all you want to know is the amazing story of 9?
Uh-huh. Can you do it?
Oh, sure, but you could have anything. Gold, health, eternal youth, tickets to Springsteen concerts.
Just the amazing story of 9, if you please.
Very well, Howard, the accountant.
Yes, Fleet, the genie.
Get comfortable. There are some attributes to our simple number 9, which through the many years of our present system have not gone unnoticed by wise genies.
Oh, I like it already.
One amazing quality is apparent when we multiply any number times the number 9. Tell me, what is 9 times the number 1?
Hey, how'd you do that?
There are some things mortal man is not meant to know.
9 times 1 is 9.
How much is 9 times 2?
9 times 2 is 18. But what is so amazing about that?
18. That's right. And here is something amazing. Add the 2 digits together, the 1 and an 8.
The 2 digits of the number 18, 1 and 8 are 9.
Now, multiply 9 times 3.
9 times 3 is 27.
Add the 2 digits.
2 and 7 equals 9. Tell me, what would happen if I were to multiply 9 times 4? Will it work?
Try it.
Okay. 9 times 4 is 36. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Fleet, this is amazing.
Yes, isn't it?
9 times any number, huh?
Go for it, Howard.
Okay. 9 times 5 is 45. 4 plus 5 equals 9. 9 times 6 is 54. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Amazing! 9 times 7 is 63. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 times 8, 72. 7 plus 2 equals 9.
Can you believe that? I forgot my keys. I'm locked out of my lamp.
How about this, Fleet? What if I multiply 9 times 2,375? Will that work?
Yes, Howard. Try it.
Gee, I wish I had my calculator.
Well, you've already used up your wish, but you can borrow mine.
Gee, thanks. 9 times 2,375. Okay. The answer is 21,375. Now, how does that work?
Well, add the digits of the product. You know, 2 plus 1 is 3.
Uh-huh.
Plus 3 is 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus some 7 is 13. Plus 5 is 18.
I see. And then I add those 2 digits. I get 9 again. Fleet, this is amazing.
I didn't have to be a genie. I could have been a junk mail recipient.
Again, Fleet. Give me another number.
Don't you think you had enough?
Well, it was my wish.
Okay. But why don't you just believe that whenever you multiply...
9? I do believe. Oh, it's just so much fun checking it out. Oh, give me another number. Give me.
9 times 380,252.
Okay. The answer to that is 3,422,268. Now, 3 plus 4 is 7. Add 3 2s, that's 13. Add 6, 19. 8 more gives 27. 2 plus 7 are 9. Oh, Fleet, you've made me a happy accountant.
I'm glad. and let me ask you this. What would you wish for if I gave you one more wish?
Oh, well, if I had one more wish, Fleet, I'd wish that I could be back at my accounting firm, Nishak, Bushwhack, and Abindigo, so that I could show everyone the amazing story of the 9s.
I'm not supposed to do this, but maybe just this once, I can give you an extra wish.
Can you do it, Fleet? Can you really do it?
Hey, I don't know. You have to wish and concentrate very hard.
But what if you can't do it? What if it doesn't work?
To quiet you, I would tape your tongue and box your ears.
Oh, Fleet, don't flail me now.
I thought he would never leave.
In a faraway bazaar, Tracy and Jeff try to solve the mystery of hieroglyphics. But right now, they're caught up in an intense game of chess.
I don't know the facts of your problem. I don't know the details involved. But one thing that problems have all got in common is more than one way to be solved. Change your point of view. Look at the problem in a way that's fresh and new. Strange, but yes, it's true. You will never be stumped if you change your point of view.
Maybe he can help us decode the hieroglyphics.
confusing objects. Soon you'll see what it's about. Sometimes it helps to work backwards, just like retracing your past. Life is a pit boy, but don't have a snitch boy. We'll find a solution with math. Change your point of view. Look at the problem in a way that's fresh and new. Strange, but yes, it's true. You will never be stumped if you change your point of view. If it's a difficult problem, try and solve an easy one. Simpler but similar problems help you see just how it's done. Try to discover a pattern. Dare to jump into the mess. Look for relations and try combinations and boldly come up with a guess. A graph makes things clearer, it might get you nearer your goal. Or draw up a chart, or tackle this part of the whole. But change your point of view. Look at the problem in a way that's fresh and new. Strange, but yes, it's true. You will never be stumped if you change your point of view. You will never be stumped if you change your point of view. You will never be stumped if you change your point of view.
Oh, yeah, the spinner!
Now, Mary Cynthia, I have a trick with some pieces of paper and our deck of playing cards. Now, I'm going to write some numbers down on this piece of paper here. I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right? You see, I've written all these numbers down here.
Yes.
Now, before we go any further, I'm going to take a couple of playing cards out of here and place them down on the table. I want you to turn over any one of those cards, therefore changing the sum total of what is down there, and then once she has made that decision, you add up whatever there is.
Okay.
Okay, whatever it is. Turn over any one at all. You've turned over the 3 and made it to 4. Now add up what we have. 4 and 5 and 7 and 1 makes
17.
17. And how did I know that was what was going to
yes.
happen? Well, that's just part 1. Now pick up all of the cards
All right.
and put them down in any way you wish. In other words, any side up, any side down. And then, Cynthia, I want you to watch him very carefully.
I'm watching.
Okay. Now, both of you add that up. And do you have a number?
Yes.
All righty. Now, I'm having a little trouble with the odd numbers. How many odd numbers are there?
2.
There are
3.
There are 3 odd numbers. All righty. Now, if you will add up all of those, and what is that?
17.
17. And there it is. We have 17. Now, you could have turned over any other or several numbers. And the answer, very simply, is this. When you add up all of the odd numbers in this sequence, in which there is an even number and an odd number on the card, the odd number being 1 less than the even, the 1, 3, 5, and 7 will always add up to 16. Therefore, when you turned one over, the answer was 17 because we added 1. When I asked you the number of odd, the reason was because if you add up all of the even numbers, that adds up to 20. So that's my key. When you tell me how many odds there are, 1 would make it 19, 2 would make it 18. You told me there were 3 odd numbers, therefore it had to once again be 17. You see what I mean?
That's amazing.
And that's how it's done.
Mr. Blackstone.
Yes?
Your famous floating light bulb is getting away.
Uh-oh, I'd better be right back.
Okay, we'll see you in a second.
Oh, no. Oh. Rick again?
Yeah.
You know what a fraction is, don't you? It's the quotient of 2 whole numbers. Knowing that, watch this.
Hey, Red.
Hey, Larry, how you doing, man? I've been thinking all day. I got this plan.
You mean about the problem we talked about?
Take it easy, pal. You don't have to shout.
Oh boy, boy, oh boy, 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 boy. Sorry, man, but that's great, you see, 'cause there's only one thing that bothered me about doing my math assignment last night. It blew my mind and it don't seem right, and it's fractions.
What?
Fraction.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
Fraction.
All right, Larry, I got it. Larry, yo, man. Yo, you're illin' when you should be chillin'. Larry. Hey, Larry, hey, dude, you got to hang tough, 'cause this fraction stuff can get really rough. But like I told you, dude, I'm gonna help you out. You got no good reason to sweat and pout, 'cause I'm the king of cool, and I'm a win at school, and I look good. Huh? Somebody bring me a mirror. Yeah.
Now, wait. You are the whiz, but this just a mystery. I can't figure out what the result is gonna be. If I take 2 and divide by 3, what sort of fraction am I gonna see?
No sweat, my man. Listen to my words. 2 divided by 3 equals 2/3. And it looks like this, as you can plainly see. You put the 2 up here, and down here's the 3. It works anytime you must divide. A fraction answer you can provide. Take one whole number, divide by another. Put the first one on top of the other. Draw a line between the two. Nothing else that you have to do. Yeah. Somebody bring me a mirror.
Now, wait. Hey, Red.
Hey, Larry.
This cannot be, 'cause I worked all night. I was up till 3. Now, you did it once, but can you do it again? Let's try some more. I'll tell you when. The problem here, I will provide. You write the fraction here beside, and if you got the stuff to prove this rule, then I must admit you are the king of cool.
Yeah.
And I will bring you a mirror.
I know.
Get ready. 5 divided by 6 equals 5, 6. 3 divided by 9 equals
3 9.
8 divided by 5 equals 8 6. Put the first whole number on top of the other.
Draw a line and you will discover a fraction. Yeah.
A fraction.
I think you have it,
I
Larry.
really want to tell you it's a fraction.
By George, he's got it. Wait. Where's my mirror?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I know you
Right
did.
here.
All right. Larry, that is not a mirror. I can only see a fraction of myself.
Oh, yeah, but that part of you looks real good, man.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you never noticed.
No, I think about an eighth of you looks good.
You're a wise man. What?
Yeah, well, maybe a 16.
A 16?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a
Larry,
minute.
you're losing your wisdom.
All right, a half.
A half?
A
That's
half of
better.
a half.
A half of a half.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
2:43 p.m. and night and morning low clouds mixed with the haze from fires in Angeles Crest National Forest had merged with the smog and nearly obscured the Los Angeles basin. We were working the day watch out of Mathnet. My partner is George Franklin. The boss is Thad Green. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. The original case we were working on involved 3 truckloads of stolen dirt, but we had come quite far afield from that. Now it looked as if we were working on an old case that involved a $1 million robbery and money that was never recovered. We decided to look at some of yesterday's show to check out 2 hypotheses.
Wait a minute. What if the accomplice theory is wrong?
About the robbery?
Yes. What if he didn't have an accomplice? He robbed the armored truck and took the money home. He figured they'd have a record of the loot, so he knew he couldn't spend it.
What if he intended to keep it until the statute of limitations expired? That's 3 years. That means if no one is convicted of the crime in that time, the case is closed.
And what if he buried the money under the carport to figure to spend it all later?
It's an interesting theory, but it's still just a theory.
And it's a long way from 3 dump truck loads of dirt.
But wait a minute. If we figure this out, somebody else could have figured it out, too.
Thank you, and if you could hurry, I'd appreciate it.
Eureka! Eureka. That means I have found it. That's not my line. Archimedes said it.
What have you got?
I looked up how much $1 million weighs, and it's a lot. $1 million $1 bills weighs about 2,200 pounds.
But there were no $1 bills in the Fink's job. They were all 5s.
That's right. And $1 million in $5 bills weighs about
1/5 as much.
1/5 of 2,200 pounds is 440 pounds. That's too much for a man to carry.
What's your point?
Remember Mailbag said he was going on a short vacation?
Uh-huh.
And did you notice what mailbag was taking on his short vacation?
Yes, come to think of it, he had about 6 bags.
And a steamer trunk. A steamer trunk that could hold the money.
Yes, but you can't arrest a man for carrying too many clothes on a short vacation.
Something else. We have his footprints. And did you see his fingernails?
What about them?
They were caked with dirt.
Yes, but he was working in his garden, so naturally...
But Kate, he was wearing gardening gloves, remember?
Yes, you're right. He took one off to shake hands.
But maybe he wasn't wearing the gloves when he was digging through the dirt he stole.
George, I think we better pay a call on our writer friend. Mathnet Monday. Oh, really? And it sails at 6 p.m.? Thank you very much. George, we've got to hurry. Mailbag is leaving the country on a cruise for Argentina that sails at 6 o'clock tonight. Let's roll. We thought we were onto something. The evidence was not conclusive, but we were pretty sure we were right. Sometimes when you're solving a problem, whether it's mathematical or not, the thing to do is to play out your best hypotheses. That's exactly what we were doing. Good afternoon, sir. Wonder if we could ask you a couple of more questions?
Look, you two, I cooperated with you yesterday, and I told you all I know about the case. If you need to know anything more, reread my book.
Yes, sir. But if I may...
You may not. I'm going away on a vacation in a few minutes, and I don't want to be late.
Maybe we can help you pack your car.
That won't be necessary. I'm having a carting service move my things.
That's an unnecessary expense, sir. George and I can help you lift your things.
Leave them alone.
I went over your book again, Mr. Mailbag, and a couple of things don't make sense.
Like what?
Like, where did Fish put the money right after he robbed the bank?
He and his accomplice hid the money in a locker in the bus station.
It would have to have been a very large locker, Mr. Mailbag.
It was a very large locker, Mr. Franklin.
They could have done that, I guess. But when did they move the money?
They didn't move the money. About a month later, Fish was tracked down. He was arrested for the crime, and he went to prison. That's when his accomplice moved the money from the locker and left the country. Now, I don't wish to appear rude, but I must be leaving.
How could one man move $1 million? It weighed nearly 440 pounds.
He made 5 or 6 trips.
He could have done that, I guess.
And that's what he did do.
That's not what I think happened.
I don't care what you do or don't think. Please leave.
What I think happened is that Fish kept the money.
And he didn't have an accomplice?
Oh, he had an accomplice, all right, but he didn't trust him.
That's ridiculous.
He was afraid his accomplice was greedy and might want to spend the money right away.
If he did that, the cops could trace him and catch the two of them.
Well, the cops did catch Fish, so where was the money?
It was never found.
It was never found because the accomplice had it.
It was never found because Fish buried it and poured a concrete carport over it so no one could find it, especially the accomplice.
Did you know that Merle Fish died last week, Mr. Mailbag?
No, I didn't.
But you did know he was very sick.
Yes, I knew that the last time I visited him.
Here's something else you don't know. On his deathbed, he made a statement. He told us who his accomplice was.
That's ridiculous. If he was going to do that, he wouldn't have told me where he hid the money.
We informed him of his rights and continued our interrogation. And did he tell you where it was, Mr. Mailbag?
Did he tell you he had buried it?
And did you go back to his house and find it had been torn down?
And did you hijack those trucks so you could sift through the dirt?
And did you find the money at the gravel pit?
And did you bring the money back here and pack it in your steamer trunk?
And did you book a passage on the SS Falklands intended to take a short vacation in Argentina?
And did you intend never to come back here?
Would you go over that a little slower, please?
And did he tell you where it was, Mr. Mailbag? Did you go back to his house?
All right. I did it. I was Fisher's accomplice. And you're right. He didn't trust me. He hid the money and he never told me where it was. When he knew that he was going to that big prison yard in the sky, he realized that he couldn't use it. And the last time I visited him, well, he told me where he'd buried it. The rest you know.
One thing still puzzles me, Mr. Mailbag.
What's that?
Why did you write that book? Weren't you afraid you'd lead the police to you?
Just the opposite. I wrote it to throw the cops off my trail. I kept visiting Fish, trying to make him tell me where the money was. And then I wrote the book to make it look as though Fish had told me his accomplice took it.
Fish figured he'd be out of prison someday and could dig up the money and be on his way.
That's right. He told me we'd split it when he got out. I guess there's one thing he didn't figure, and one thing I didn't figure.
How's that?
Well, he didn't figure he'd be leaving feet first. And I didn't figure that he'd tell you the truth before he died.
He didn't.
He didn't?
We were playing a hunch.
A hunch? Do you know how that makes me feel?
Pretty silly, I'll bet. Your horoscope was sure right today, Kate.
Oh? What did it predict?
It said a new man enters your life and finds you arresting.
Norman Mailbag was arrested by the ever-vigilant LAPD for his participation in the Fink's armored car robbery and sentenced to an appropriate number of years away from society. When last heard from, he was writing another book. It is tentatively titled, I Feel Pretty Silly.
Grover, I have a question.
Yes. Yes, I'm all ears.
Do you have anybody you want to give a special Valentine to this year?
What? It is Valentine's Day already?
Coming up.
I have to get a card and some chocolates and the girlfriend.
Ah, the girlfriend is first.
Yeah.